And we're live with another episode of Englewood Camera Shop Talk. Today we have just a couple things to talk about. It's a little later in the day today than we're normally live, but maybe this is what we'll be doing.
Maybe we'll be going go live around 7 maybe. Gives people time. Gives me time to feed my cat.
Sun's up a little longer and we want to be outside.
They say sun's out, guns out. That's what they say, Mitch.
100%.
Hey, I just wanted to start with hey, all you cool cats and kittens out there. Sorry, am I just coming off as a cat person like way too much all of a sudden?
Yes.
Is that weird? Do you think we would get? We could probably get sued for that. To be honest, like Carol Baskin just coming out of nowhere, and she's like, you used my catchphrase on a live broadcast like I do. It's time for you to go.
Well,
accuse me to Tiger.
I never watched Tiger King, so I don't know how much danger you just put us in, but everybody seems frightened of this woman, so
yeah.
Way to go.
Rest in peace, Mitch.
Yep.
So it's Friday. Happy Friday, everyone. I hope do you have a beer in your hand, Mitch? I have a moped.
Here. The closest thing to me is an ivy plant. There we go.
Yeah, you have an ivy plant. I have a moped. It's a blood orange wit beer from New Image Brewing here in Denver, Colorado. So
yeah, cheers. Still haven't had alcohol in months.
This entire thing.
Yeah.
You did sober quarantine?
I did. Well, it's not quarantine. I went outside.
You did sober. Yeah, sure. You worked.
I worked
sober.
Yeah.
Sober. Stayed you were by yourself. Like your girlfriend wasn't with you.
Yeah. So I had Call of Duty though, man. That's what I'll turn to.
Call of Duty got us all through this.
That's like homework. When we're all old and we're telling our grandkids like how the 2020 depression was, we'll be like, well, if we didn't have Call of Duty,
right?
You should have been there. You should have seen it. How many wins we got?
14, 15. Anyways, we wanted to talk Canon.
We've got
Canon rumors.
I feel like all Canon shooters, it's like a big wah 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 just hit everybody. It's like,
yeah, because everyone was just like pumped about this R5, and they're like, get me on the special order list.
It's not all bad news. I think there's some hope for this, but it's true. We were all pumped for this camera because there was the thought that was put in our heads, or the leak of the price was supposedly for the Canon EOS R5 was supposed to be less than $4,000, and now
Mark IV territory.
Yeah, and that would have been a pretty sweet deal for the specs that they were saying it had, and now new leaked information says otherwise, and it's now going to be supposedly more than $6,000. So that's getting up there.
Crazy.
Yeah.
The fact that they put a 5 at the end of it is just blowing everyone away, because usually you see a 5 and you think, all right, I'm going to pay $3,500 for a camera.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like you think it's going to follow their 5D line of cameras, but why isn't there a 1? Why isn't it an EOS R1?
Well, that's the scary thing. Maybe that's coming and it's even more expensive.
It costs $7,000-8,000. Oh my goodness!
But the good news is there was still the rumor of the R6, which seems pretty plausible, and maybe the R6 is the new 5D style camera. And that maybe that's the one that had the price tag that everybody was thinking of, and maybe it's not just a 6D without a mirror. Maybe it's a little bit better than a 6D, but they gave it the R6 name. Who knows? But it's there's no way they're not going to have a camera in that price range that competes with like the A7 III and the R4.
Right.
It's just a matter of how Sony responds to it. So, but it's it's a little bit of a bummer if that's the price. I know the sad part is that we were all hyped to get this powerhouse camera for less than $4,000.
Right.
But I kind of felt like that was bogus anyway. I remember when they were first announcing this camera, I was like, "There's no way this is $4,000. It has to be
right. Well,
it has to be more."
And Petapixel put a post up saying the price had leaked, but no one was able to like confirm that it was the actual price, and so they said it's not going to be the price.
Yeah.
But I think they're just like,
well, I wonder if they really are just saying,
I mean, they're trying to be journalists, so they're not trying to like cave and say that's the price.
Yeah,
but we're not journalists. We'll just tell people, man, this might be a $6,500 camera.
It might be. I think it's definitely more likely to be a $6,500 camera than a $3,500 camera. But given the specs, it just seems like that's one hell of a jump from the 5D Mark IV price and a 5D Mark IV spec and capability to this now within 3 years, 3-4 years. I just don't see it. And it also like is the last thing Canon would have wanted to do in the last like 10 years, which is cannibalize their own cinema line. And they're saying that this camera has basically no drawbacks or holdups with video, which is what we know so far, is that there's not really any kind of handicapping going on with the video. Maybe that's why it's so expensive, because they're just saying, hey, let's just merge them.
Right. Mitch, are the Canon Cinefilm lens, are they EF mount? Or are they their own mount?
They're EF mount. So they'll work with like the cinema cameras from Canon they're EF mount, but it's still just a better system for video, not just quality wise, but as a utility tool. So that's where I would have an issue with them merging the two styles together, because then you're always going to have to buy some sort of a rig and all this other video equipment to go all over your stills body, which has always been to me kind of annoying, but it's that appeals to a lot of people just because it's a hybrid. You can take your stills camera out of that cage with all of its video ports and utilities like the microphone and the monitor and all that stuff, and go shoot with it like a regular camera.
He jumped on a little bit late, but Rod, we're not 100% sure what the price is going to be, but it's rumored to be, well, you said rumored, somewhere around $6,500.
It was originally rumored to be $3,500. At least less than $4,000. That was the rumor initially, and now the rumor is, and again, it's another rumor. But that's just the most updated rumor, so it seems more true than the later one. So it's now supposed to be over $6,000, which unfortunately seems more realistic, and that's why we were going over the specs, because it just seems like so much is packed into this camera. It's almost like the type of camera where you would go, why would you buy a 1DX? Or why would you, because it had all those specs and then some for about the same, or well, it was going to be less. So that's why it's interesting. But, it'll still be that it's still good news that they're putting all of this tech into this camera, even if it is a little bit out of reach at that price point now, because $6,000 is more than I think most people want to spend. That's like what people want to spend on their whole system is $6,000.
Right.
Like, the body and then their couple nice lenses kind of all adds up to usually around $6,000 when you're like done buying it all. Some people will obviously do more, but the majority, the masses
want to invest that much into a whole kit, or at least a good chunk of the kit. Right.
Rod's saying, I'm hoping to get it, but that's outrageous, right? The 1DX is around that price. True. Yeah. And then that's not including any lenses either. And we talked about this before, that if you were going to take advantage of all of these great new specs that they have in the new R5, you're going to need to use the native lenses, the RF lenses. It would be fine using adapted lenses, but you won't get the maximum potential out of that camera without the native ones. And the native lenses, if you're going to use the pro ones, are $2,000 or more. So you're running up on medium format territory. And
Glenn, our number 2 listener on the show, Rod, he's chiming in from Australia, where all rumors start. And good morning, Glenn. Happy Saturday to you. But Glenn is saying the rumor kind of came from an accidental listing in Australia for 6,500 Australian dollars, which is about $4,300 US. So it could be Americans just not knowing conversion rates too. Who knows? This is a bad game of telephone all the way from Australia.
Well, we are all bored right now, and we kind of just want things to talk about, and so this would be something to talk about. I hope that's the case.
Canon's probably loving it.
Yeah, I wonder how long this is going to go on for them. I bet they're just straight up waiting for Sony to drop the A7 IV, and that may be when they decide to do it. But yeah, hopefully that's the case. That certainly seems plausible. I mean, I wouldn't put it past
$300 would be a little more affordable.
Yeah, but that's something I wouldn't put past YouTubers and photography news articles. To get clicks and views is to say
we're getting.
Hold up, everyone. We have bad news because negativity sells.
He said things happen in Australia first, like Saturday itself. So it's true. But if it is 6,500, that's bad news for people who are really interested in that camera. The good news is that technology is available for lower end models.
Yeah, that's what we were getting into. In a year, that camera will go down a little bit in price, and ultimately more of the Canon cameras will see that same technology, the trickle down effect.
Exactly.
Sony's really consistent with that. They'll put the same type of capabilities that their flagship bodies have in their like high-end point and shoots. So it's
right, exactly.
And Sony sort of copied Canon's playbook by making a new mount and making it more sort of future-proof and everything. And hopefully Canon just turns around and copies the same thing from Sony. That'd be cool. Yay for competition.
Exactly. Competition is good. I like that.
Yeah.
So,
but if it's that much money, that's that counts me out, man.
Yeah, even with an employee discount.
Yeah, even with that, it would be no go. I would be. I'm still an X100V guy right now. That's my play.
Yeah,
get that. I won't be tempted to buy more lenses. I don't need to buy a bag. That's it.
If you've ever been in sales, I don't know if Rod's been in sales. I know Glenn has been in sales. But there's nothing worse than having to sell a camera that you want so badly. And today, Mitch had to sell the last X100V on the floor to a customer over the phone. Didn't even get to look him straight in the face.
Yeah. Well.
And man. And I could see you weeping on the inside.
A little bit, yeah. But, I'm happy somebody got to play with it. It's not like I'm ready to splurge on one of those right now. I only hope the popularity goes up on that camera so that maybe there's a used one I can pick up for somebody that doesn't like it.
Right. I want to be like, oh, I don't like the feel and look of this classic neg. And you'll be like, I'll take it.
Yep.
They'll give it to you for free.
Yeah, that's the ideal scenario. Maybe there's one person out there, but I don't believe it. I just don't believe anybody could not like classic neg. It's too good.
It's such a good color, man. It's straight up looks like almost. It's got a good, cool Kodachrome look.
Yeah, for sure. And you can amplify it even more in the menu and go crazy with it.
Right.
But after about 20 shots like that, I was like, okay, I got to dial it back. That's a big problem. Does anybody else when they're editing? You make these big swings when you're editing. Like, oh my God, this makes the image so much better. It's like I definitely have to follow that rule where you edit the picture and you just let it sit there and you walk away and you come back 10 minutes later. I have to do that because I go too far every time.
Right.
Yeah. It's all too easy to just like boost the saturation on everything and be like, oh my God, I know color. I'm so good.
This is perfect color science.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I've been watching videos on like color science, and it's just I never get bored of like watching people mess with sliders.
It's
sliders very, very well. If you're just like ripping them, I'm not interested. But if you're just blowing my mind, oh, Mary's here.
Mary.
That's why I didn't see. That's why he was like, "Hey, Mary," and I was like, "What?" But there's the comment. Mary says, "Glad to see you're back in business." They must know each other.
We're just bringing the whole photo community together, Kyle.
For everyone who's watching, because we've got more viewers now, we were talking about the rumored price of the upcoming the new EOS R5, and so we're having this debate whether it's going to be somewhere around $6,500 or it was at Australian money, and it's going to be closer to $4,300.
That and it's also it's if it follows maybe the same history that the USR followed, that camera was way overpriced when it came out.
It's true. Especially maybe they go big and they come down.
Yeah, grab a couple of those first day release buyers that don't care. They've got the money to buy it, and when all those people run out, they're like, we could drop.
Well, hello from California, Mary. Thanks for watching. My parents live in California, and my entire family lives in California, and I live in Colorado. But California, I do miss the beach.
Well,
we are looking at the mountains. You're like, those are pretty nice.
Yeah.
We had a guy come to the camera shop today. He bought a bunch of stuff for his friend in California because they couldn't go into any of the shops there.
That's true. He was there for that. He had a whole kit.
Which was weird. Yeah, he's like, was he going to fly it there?
I don't know. It didn't seem like it. There's no way.
It seemed like he was driving. He had California plates, but he said he was going to drive it to his friends. So he's buying all this stuff. But our competition, well, they're not really a competition because they're in California. But Mike's camera has a see you, Rod. We'll give you a shout if we figure out what the price is.
We'll probably do another video on it if we do get the price, because we'll be like, wait, we were wrong again.
But I think Mike's camera in Sacramento is open. And that's the first time we've ever said the word Mike's camera on this broadcast.
What did you say? I didn't hear it. You cut out. You froze.
I did? Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, there's no, I don't know that. What?
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 Hey. So they have a sticker that looks just like ours, and I think we made our sticker first.
I think we did.
I'm just going to leave that. I'm going to just put that subject on the table and leave it there, and it doesn't need to be picked up again, but I just wanted to put it on the table.
I see it. It's right there. It's on the table.
Yeah. Our sticker looks like the little logo down in the bottom left of this corner everywhere.
Our sticker
and theirs looks just like that.
I get happier, if I'm driving and somebody's got that on their car. It just makes my day. I'm like, oh. It's
crazy when you see those around on cars. I'm like, oh. I don't even have one on my car. I'm not into putting. I have camera gear in my car too often that I don't want to leave a sticker that says camera gear on it. Is in my car basically.
Yeah.
I don't leave it like for more than like 5 minutes, but normally I'm transporting some kind of camera gear somewhere, so I don't want to be a target.
Yeah, it's a valid point.
People are watching. And now they're going to find my car and smash and grab it. There's nothing in there right now. You just get a medicine ball. So maybe you can work off that quarantine 20, baby. Let's go.
What's everybody? No, I thought I heard a noise. Did you hear a noise?
I didn't hear a noise.
I'm just a paranoid person.
You can say, what's everyone eating for dinner?
Yeah, because I finally have like an exciting thing to say.
Because your girlfriend brought you back sushi?
Well, she's on her way to get sushi now.
Oh man.
And
What kind of sushi eater are you?
oh,
I
I'm
can't believe
basic.
you like
I get the
sushi.
California roll. Are you kidding? I'm so basic because I can't handle spicy food. But
just get a crunch roll. It's like a California roll with some crunch, man.
I don't like crunch. I'm stupid.
You don't want crunch?
I'm too basic. She got something unique. She got I don't remember what the
rainbow roll.
Oh, she's going to Fujiyama.
I think that's pretty good.
Yeah. Well, they were. I've been to Smokin' Fins, and I really like their stuff. And I had something other than a California roll there. It was called like the Mango Tango, and that was about like the most spice I could handle. And
right.
But then this other place is right next to it, and they're quite a bit cheaper. So we were like, yeah, let's go there.
Keith is not eating delivery; he's eating DiGiorno.
Yep.
I had frozen pizza on last Sunday, and it was Barron's, like pepperoni. It was not good. I mean, it was okay, but it wasn't DiGiorno.
Yeah.
And it definitely wasn't Domino's. So I love Domino's pizza.
Domino's is the best.
Back when I lived with 5 people, we had a pizza off. Like we had a takeout pizza, and we put Pizza Hut, Papa John's, and Domino's against each other. And all 5 of us voted. I think Domino's won. Papa John's. I secretly love Papa John's. I just like their garlic dipping sauce. I think that's what they have going for them. But Domino's crust doesn't need dipping sauce because it's already got that.
It's already good.
Parmesan. Yeah, it's good.
I feel like Papa John's uses too much sauce. I'm not a sauce.
Yeah, their sauce is a little sweet too. I think their entire dough and sauce, everything's kind of sweet.
Yeah.
And then Pizza Hut, I hadn't had Pizza Hut in forever, and they did something to their crust, or maybe I had bad crust that time, but the Pizza Hut was not impressive. But my roommate who liked it, Tristan, he was like, swears by Pizza Hut. It definitely got last place in my book. But
my guilty pleasure is definitely Little Caesars.
Well, it's cheap, and it used to be across the street from every school I ever went.
It's just so terrible, but it's so good at the same time.
Yeah.
I don't get it. It's like
their breadsticks.
It's like I'm eating garbage pizza, but it's like I like it.
Yeah, true.
But my friend he's eating oats. Well, you're healthier than
Glenn. Housework. Hey, watch out for those banana spiders or whatever you got there.
My friend who works
I feel like if I were doing housework in Australia, I would see a spider. Go ahead. Sorry.
He works at the Denver Health Agency.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the right thing. But he does health inspections, and he said, I'll have you know, Domino's does really well on their health inspections. And I was like, oh, good, because I definitely did not expect them to do well on their health inspections.
Right. There's a really good place down the street from my house, my apartment here in near Sloan's Lake in Denver, and it's called Tony T's.
Yeah,
and it's like such good pizza, and they have late night specials where you get like a PBR and 2 slices for like $3.
Oh man, that's a great deal.
Yeah, it's is
it like a big slice?
Yeah, they're huge slices, and you could put like 3, or maybe it's 1 slice with 3 toppings.
But if it's like one of those giant slices, like the big pizzas, or like that big, it's worth it. We got Keith saying I had my groceries delivered. It's a good way to have groceries brought to you. And Glenn just got charged by a whitetail spider.
Dude, hold on. I got it. Before we wrap this up, I got a whitetail spider. I got to look it up and put it on the screen.
I feel like that's not real, just because I know.
Oh my god, dude! These things they can get up to 18 millimeters long.
I thought you were going to say 18 miles per hour, and I was about to.
No, that'd be freaking too. And their leg span is like 28 millimeters.
Don't make me look this up.
Oh my god, dude! It looks like a brown recluse, kind of, but like.
No, those are annoying.
Dude, these things are huge.
I've thankfully not seen a brown recluse.
I refuse to put another spider on this broadcast, so I'm not going to put Google on. I'm not going to share my screen. But
yeah, these things do look like they've got something some
It
gunpowder.
seems like they would inject you with something and then you explode.
I watched that Coyote guy. He's got a YouTube channel. I watched him
stung.
Yeah, he
by random stuff.
purposely got stung by that murder hornet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and he was like, "Oh, it burns, right?"
He said it was like way worse than the tarantula hawk, and the tarantula hawk. That's no fun either. That thing looks a lot scarier than the murder hornet to me. The murder hornet just looks like a big hornet.
Right.
But the tarantula hawk looks like Darth Vader mixed with a mosquito mixed with a Apache helicopter. But why did we start talking about that? I hate spiders, man.
Yeah. Spiders are terrible. I once got chased by a wolf spider, or it's like is it a tarantula or a wolf spider in Las Vegas? Like it was chasing my shadow.
Probably a tarantula. But was it chasing your shadow because it didn't want to be in the sun?
It might have been. I think I was close to like my front door though, so I don't know if I was inside or what. But
maybe it was just like, it's hot, bro.
It's hot, bro. Stay.
Let me get in your shadow.
Yeah.
James, who works at the store, he brought in those images of the scorpions with he brought like a blacklight flashlight with him, and got some cool pictures of scorpion with a blacklight, and I was like, I want to do that with a macro lens, like really bad. So I would need to like freeze it or something. I don't know how to like maybe
get they're pretty.
A glass bowl or something, just like stick it over it. Like, don't move.
Yeah. We used to catch scorpions in Las Vegas by putting like a sand bucket. It's like something you would build a sandcastle with.
Yeah.
And we would dig it into the ground and make it ground level, and then we put a piece of cheese in there, and then you would catch a lot of stuff. But like you'd always catch a scorpion for sure.
God damn. It's a good way to keep my mom from visiting Vegas. Good job.
Yeah, don't go to Las Vegas. That and their mayor's crazy, but man. We got on a bug topic here, and I'm not super educated on bugs, but I do know that I don't like them. So
yeah, they're only cool when people get really awesome macro shots of them, and you can look at them from a safe distance.
They look a little cuter. Yeah, there we go. Scorpions.
Yeah.
Vegas usually has just really big scorpions, but sometimes they have tiny ones, and those are the deadly ones. They came in palm trees from Mexico, and they're like see-through. They're very clear and small. And I think the saying is the bigger the scorpion, the better it is to get stung by.
Yeah.
The smaller ones you have to worry about.
Yeah. Ugh. Yeah, we don't have that problem here.
Nope. Colorado doesn't have a lot of scorpions, at least on this side of the mountains. Or at least on the plains. If you went towards Red Rocks and stuff, you might be able to find some scorpions.
Maybe, yeah. Well, my freaking awesome dinner has arrived from my freaking awesome girlfriend who went to go get it. And I really want to eat that. So
yeah,
we kind of a bummer episode, but don't lose faith. If you're a Canon shooter and you were hoping for a really awesome mirrorless option, it shows that they're trying, and they're dedicated to this. And maybe this isn't the truth about the price, and they're not just going to make one new camera. So there could be a lot of nice, cool things to come, and it could all drop at once. Maybe they're all just waiting for things to blow over with the current world scenario at the moment. So anyways, we will be back Monday. And
if you're watching and you want to come into the shop, swing by the shop tomorrow 9 to 3. You can say hello to us, and we're trying to do kind of a one person in at a time thing. So
just load your hands up with hand sanitizer at the door. And
I went to the liquor store today, and they had absinthe hand hand sanitizer from a distillery. It was like whatever you would call like the leftovers from distilling absinthe. And so my hands smelled like black licorice, and it was like 85% alcohol, and my hands were just on fire. It was crazy. Because I chew on my fingers. I have a bad habit, and so I just need to use that all the time, and I will never chew my fingers ever again. So I'm gonna reach out to some local distilleries and see if we can't get our own kind of like scraps of distilled alcohol.
Yeah, come to Englewood Camera and burn your hands.
Burn your hand, or just take a shot of 80%. So cool. We'll see everyone on Monday. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.